What's up, guys? Jordan here from Show Me Vegas, coming to you from a place that's pretty unusual for me. That's right, I'm on Fremont Street, and this is the Golden Nugget, Las Vegas. This is my first time staying here, and in this video, I'm going to show you what it's like to stay here in 2024. I got downtown a little bit early. I was here at about 11:35 a.m. and I wanted to check in early. An early check-in fee did apply, but it upgraded me from run of house to this Gold Tower Premier King, which is a step up from what I would have otherwise gotten. I paid $50 for the early check-in, but that's worth it for me because I've got a lot of stuff. I'm moving from hotel to hotel, and I don't want to stash it with the bell desk. I want to just get into my room and relax. To date, we've only stayed at one hotel downtown, and that was Circa. Circa is widely regarded as the nicest hotel downtown, and we absolutely loved it, but Golden Nugget is not supposed to be too far behind. I'll tell you a little bit about this room later on, but for now, I want to go downstairs and see what there is to eat, see, and do here on property, and I want to do it before it gets too crowded, because if memory serves, this is one of the most crowded properties on Fremont Street. Come nightfall, that casino is going to be packed, so let's get down there, hopefully before there's too many people. While we head downstairs, let's talk a little bit about the hotel itself. It has 2,419 rooms currently, which makes it the biggest hotel on Fremont Street by a long shot. It's owned by Landry's Incorporated. Yeah, that's right, you heard that right. That is the company that owns restaurants primarily. The theme of this hotel is appropriately Gold Rush, and while I'm not a huge fan of the decor, they did a pretty good job selling out on it. Let me take you first through the main lobby. Right off the main lobby, you're going to find Ice Bar. They took a break from the brown and gold glass. This one is white. It's really cool, and the best feature is you get to sit at this bar and look outside at the pool area. The pool here at Golden Nugget might be the most unique in Las Vegas, with the shark tank in the middle, and there's actually a slide that goes right through the middle of that pool. I'm not going to have time for a pool day on this stay, but that's really cool, and hopefully I'll get out there at least and get you some footage. Now here's what I meant when I said some of the decor I don't really care for. I mean, these look pretty much like Christmas ornaments, do they not? Is it just me? All right, let's talk restaurants. Right off the main registration is Vic and Anthony Steakhouse. This has the reputation as one of the best steakhouses downtown. Right around the corner from Vic and Anthony's, you're going to find this. If you've not seen this before, it's worth a look. This is the Hand of Faith. This is the largest publicly displayed Golden Nugget in the world. It was found in 1980 by a family in Australia. 6 inches below the surface, they found it with a metal detector. That's a pretty cool story. It's 875 troy ounces, which is 61 pounds, 11 ounces. That's a lot of gold. Right here at the base of the Gold Tower elevators, you're going to find one of 2 essentials shops on site. The other one is at the base of the Rush Tower. And from the Gold Tower elevators, you come out onto the casino floor. This right here is the high limit room. One of your casino bars here is Claude's Bar. That's this one right here. I love this old school woodwork, the mirrors. It's got a classic style. Lots of bar top gaming as well. Now this casino is pretty small at only 38,000 square feet, but it is tightly packed. Tons of slot machines in here. It's an old school casino, so you know what that means. Lots of old school slots. I love that part of it. Another casino bar here is Bar 46. This is near Fremont Street. Doesn't look like it's open right now, but it was earlier, and I suspect it will be again this evening. Also backing up to Fremont Street is another casino bar. A lot more bar top gaming. You're not going to find any lack of that here whatsoever. Let's talk about table games for a minute. There are a lot of them here, and they are always busy. I've never been in this casino when they weren't. Here on a Wednesday afternoon, $5 minimums across the board. That's hard to find on the Strip. As a matter of fact, it's pretty much impossible to find on the Strip. You will find quite a bit of it downtown, and that includes here at the Golden Nugget. They had different games that I'm used to seeing as well. Face-up blackjack has me intrigued. I know those blackjack variants are kind of a sucker's game, but hey, it's gambling. I'm not a huge fan of it, but they went all in on the blown glass around this place. Lights, chandeliers, it's everywhere. Of course, what would a Vegas hotel be without a Starbucks? Here at the Golden Nugget, it's just inside the Fremont Street doors. The race and sports book is not very big, but it is pretty cool. Let's go inside and have a look. Yet another bar right outside the sports book. There are bars all over this casino floor, and every single one of them has bar top gaming. This will give you an idea of where Golden Nugget sits on Fremont Street. Right outside there is Circa. Right inside this entrance, you're going to find Troy Liquor Bar. That's actually upstairs. There's a staging area right here. All right, I'm going to hit the pause button on this resort tour for just a second and tell you how I booked this room. I booked this room through plannin.com, and if you've watched the channel very much, you've probably heard us talk about Plannin. It's an all-new travel booking website that can help save you up to 40% on hotels worldwide. I myself saved 31% off the hotel's own rate on this room tonight. Like I said, Plannin offers discounts of up to 40% on hotels, and now you can book experiences like excursions, tours, and more. Not only that, but Plannin is working with our channel on a promotion right now. If you use our link in the description box down below to sign up for your free account, one of you will win a $100 Plannin credit. It's a great travel booking website. I've used it numerous times now, and it has saved me a minimum of 30% each time. What it also does is helps connect you with content creators like this channel, and it helps us share our experiences and our recommendations for these hotels, providing you with a way to differentiate one from another. Again, sign up for a free Plannin account today using our link in the description box below. Be entered to win a $100 Plannin travel credit and start saving up to 40% on hotels worldwide. All right, let's get back to the tour. More restaurants as you get back here toward the Rush Tower. This is Red, Noodles, Asian cuisine, and sushi. I had hoped to eat here this evening, but it's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and it doesn't look like it's going to be open tonight. There's an entrance back here at the base of the Rush Tower. They also have a separate registration desk. It's not open today, but I guess they do use that sometimes. It sits right in front of Chart House. This is a seafood restaurant with a really cool fish tank. Another steakhouse. This is Saltgrass Steakhouse. This is a chain restaurant, but it looks like it's starting to fill up already at 5 o'clock. 24 Karat Club is the Players Club here at Golden Nugget. I got my card reprinted earlier this afternoon for the first time in years. Let's see if I can get anything out of it. Right on the casino floor are escalators that go up to the showroom, and honestly, I don't know if there are any shows playing here currently or not. I'll have to look that up and get back to you. Flame Jumper is another one of the restaurants here. Looks like it's open for breakfast every day, but on Tuesdays and Wednesdays it's only open for breakfast and lunch. It does serve dinner the rest of the week, but today's a Wednesday, that's why it's closed. Cadillac Mexican Kitchen and Tequila Bar. This is pretty busy tonight. It might be because it's Wednesday and a lot of other places are closed. I don't know. I've heard a little bit about it. Have you ever eaten here before? Comment below. Another restaurant back here in the Carson Tower is Grotto. I'm really striking out tonight, I guess because it's a Wednesday night, but I'm not catching many of these places open. Back here in the Carson Tower, there is yet another Starbucks, and right behind that, believe it or not, a Chick-fil-A. Still not open on Sundays, though, of course. I love this. This is the lobby of the Carson Tower, and this is a long way from the casino floor, which is way that away. But don't worry, back here they've got you covered. There's a bank of slot machines that looks totally out of place. If you want to do a little shopping while you're here, they've got you covered. Style and Trend, pretty good size hotel gift shop and clothing store. If you're looking for an Uber or a Lyft here at the Golden Nugget, you're going to come back here toward the Carson Tower. This is behind the pool area. The Carson Tower is to our left, and the Rush Tower is out these doors and to the right. Whew, that was probably about as fast as I've ever done one of those resort tours. I'm certain I missed something, but I'll have to worry about that later, because for now, I've got to grab something to eat, and I'm live streaming here on Fremont Street tonight. By the time you see this video, that live stream will be ancient history, but it will be archived out there on the channel, so I will put a link in the description box down below so you can check that out, see what I did. But for now, Red was closed. That's where I wanted to eat dinner. I didn't look it up and make sure it was open on Wednesday, so now I'm scrambling, and I've got only about an hour for dinner. I'm going to get out of here, find something to eat, and I have a feeling that after this live stream tonight, I'm probably not going to be in the mood to do any more filming around the property. So I'm probably going to check in with you on this video in the morning. I just got a cocktail called Money in the Bank. It came with this. Do you think this is edible? He put it on top of my drink. Really hard. 60, not too bad, not too bad. I like that 50 plus one shot personally, or the 250. Either or, I'm easy. Hey, if you guys like this live stream, lives are not very common on this channel, but we have fun with them when we do them. Good morning from the Golden Nugget. I slept so hard last night I didn't even mess up my hair. Yes, I truly did wake up like this. This room was extremely comfortable, and I will tell you, being away from the Fremont Street experience, I didn't hear anything through these windows last night. This is a pool view. It was a little loud during the day yesterday because of the music and whatnot, but at night I didn't hear a thing. It was perfectly quiet, and that bed was crazy comfortable. I was out like a light and slept till about 7:15, which is highly unusual for me in Las Vegas. I didn't get to give you guys a room tour yesterday, partially because there's construction going on next door. They haven't started that yet this morning, so I'm going to do it now. And you know what? Sometimes it's better to do these room tours after you've stayed in the room, because then you truly know whether or not it's a comfortable room or not. All right, let's get started with that room tour. Sorry the room's a little bit messy because it's been lived in, but this is a Gold Tower Premier King here at the Golden Nugget. The Gold Tower is conveniently located between the main lobby and the casino floor. This room is 378 square feet, but it feels a whole lot bigger than that. They've done a great job of maximizing space in here. Over here next to the bed, you've got this L-shaped couch and another leather chair over in that corner for seating. The TV is huge. It sets up well to be seen from either the couch or the bed. Honestly, even at less than 400 square feet, this room sets up really well for entertaining. The media wall right behind me, I already mentioned the size of the TV. Also on this desktop is a coffee maker with 4 coffee pods. There were 4 complimentary bottles of water in the room for me, and the front desk agent said if I needed more, just call downstairs. There's also a fridge in the cabinet right here for your own personal use. And there's a nice little workspace, although I did find a little bit of a problem with the workspace. Either this chair is too low or this desk is way too high. I kind of feel like a kid sitting at the adults table, but that's all right. Hard to complain too much when you're sitting here drinking your complimentary coffee. I like how these nightstands are deep. They stick way out away from the wall, but I don't think this old iHome is going to do anybody any good anymore. Who still has that type of iPhone? I like the way these lamps swing out away from the wall, and behind them you do have one power outlet, although be advised these outlets are so loose my plugs just kind of fall out of them. Right inside the entry you've got this large tiled foyer area, which comes at the expense of the size of the bathroom. We'll get to that in a minute. But as soon as I walked into this room yesterday, I thought it reminded me of something, and then it clicked. It feels like the layout of the rooms at the old Mirage. Which makes sense because Steve Wynn owned the Golden Nugget at the time he developed the Mirage. And without looking it up, I would bet that this gold tower right here was built during the time Steve Wynn owned this hotel. Whatever the case, it's a large entry into the room, and you do have a big double-door closet, so there's plenty of storage space in this room. All right, let's go have a look at that bathroom I mentioned. I can't even bring the camera into the bathroom with me, it's that small. As a matter of fact, this is the smallest hotel bathroom I've seen ever outside of the Golden Gate, and the Golden Gate has an excuse because it's over 100 years old. This bathroom is tiny, it's dated, there's a tub shower combo right here, a toilet in the middle, a very small vanity on this side. Luckily there's a sliding door on this bathroom because if you had to open and close it like a regular door, you wouldn't even be able to get in here. Now the bathroom is mostly clean, but it's definitely a little bit worn out. There are a lot of places around where the caulking and the grout is not very presentable. I don't know if I'd call it dirty so much as I would say there's just deferred maintenance going on here. So one other thing to note, the shower did not drain well at all. By the time I got done with my shower, there were a few inches of standing water in the tub, so I didn't like that. As always, I'm not a huge fan of bath amenities like this, especially when they're not secured to the wall and they're not tamper-proof. If a nice bathroom is important to you in a Las Vegas hotel room, you're going to be very disappointed with this one, but for me, I guess it gets the job done. All right, that's a look around the room. It is a little bit tired. It definitely could use a remodel. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the decor, but decor is a personal opinion. I'm not going to hold that against the room. One of the things I do like about staying on the Strip is the 4-star hotels on the Strip are fancier and they're usually in better repair. But you are getting good value here on Fremont Street, and so I think for the price, which I'll talk about later, you're getting a good deal with this room. All right, I still have a little bit of filming to do downstairs today. I hope to film a walkthrough of this property. It's going to be tough because this place is crowded and it's laid out in such a way it's going to be hard to do, but I'm going to try to do that anyway. As always, that video is going to be out after this one, so subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss it when it comes out. I'm hoping to sit down and eat breakfast this morning. I didn't eat dinner on property last night because the places that I wanted to go to were closed on a Wednesday night. I wound up going over to Circa to 8 East instead. So I'd like to give a sit-down restaurant a try here, at least for breakfast. I'm going to go do that, and then I'll be back up here in the room to give you my overall thoughts about staying at the Golden Nugget in 2024. Alright, just got back up to the room from filming the walking tour, and if I do say so myself, I think that's going to be a good one when it comes out, so don't forget, like I said, turn on that notification bell. When I got back up here to my room, there was a housekeeper standing outside my door, which I thought was strange. She said, "Is this your room?" I said, "Yes." She said, "I've been waiting for you," and I thought, uh-oh. Never to fear, she held up a bag and said, "I've got waters and K-cups for you." I thought to myself, I didn't ask for this, that's kind of strange, but I'll gladly take it. Full disclosure, this is my 4th K-cup of the day. I'm starting to feel a little bit like Forrest Gump.
And since number 1, I wasn't hungry but thirsty, and number 2, they was free, I must have drank me about 15 Dr. Peppers.
Okay, it's about 30 minutes till checkout time, and it's time to give you my overall thoughts about staying at the Golden Nugget in 2024. Be advised, construction has resumed in the room next door. There's going to be a little banging and drilling. I'll do my best to talk around it and edit that out, but this is as real as it gets. You can't always control your environment when you're trying to film YouTube videos. Okay, overall thoughts, and I don't think I'm going to do pros and cons in this video because I think especially with a Fremont Street property, what's a pro to some people is a con to others and vice versa. I think that's especially true down here on Fremont Street as opposed to the Strip. So rather than pros and cons, I'm just going to tell you my observations about this stay. Overall, I enjoyed the experience. Was it perfect? By no means. But I do think it was a pretty good value. I had a comfortable night's rest, and the Golden Nugget is situated right here in the middle of the action on Fremont Street. And if you're considering Fremont Street, I think the Golden Nugget is a great option. Now, it is a little bit more expensive than some of the neighboring hotels, but I do think it's nicer. And it's still quite a bit cheaper than comparable hotels on the Strip. Let's talk about the room first. This room, I think, is a little bit dated. It's a little bit beat up. I mentioned I'm not a fan of the decor, and I think that goes for the entire property. I feel like it's looking a little tired. I know it's the Gold Rush theme, but golds, oranges, and browns seem pretty out to me. And I feel like this place has looked exactly the same since the first time I ever came to Vegas. I will say it looks like this guest room has not been remodeled in quite some time. The bathroom tells me that. But overall, the room was comfortable. The bed was extremely comfortable. The big drawback to this room here in the Gold Tower, the Gold Premier King, is that bathroom. That bathroom is terrible. I'll just say it. It's like a phone booth. It's like the size of a cruise ship bathroom. It's tiny. So if you're staying 2 to a room here, or in the case of a double queen, you've got more than 2 people to a room, that bathroom's not going to cut it for you. Okay, let's talk about the property overall. There's a lot of action here. And that's a nice way of saying this place is busy. Extremely busy. Crazy busy. Over the top busy. If you've been inside this casino before, you probably know that it is, I think, the busiest on Fremont. It might be, per capita, pound for pound, the busiest hotel in all of Las Vegas. It is crowded downstairs. Now, yes, there's a good energy because of that, but if you're the type who doesn't like crowds, this is not the place for you. Although, if you don't like crowds, you probably didn't think about staying on Fremont Street in the first place. The casino has a huge selection of slots. They're very tightly packed. It is smoky, as most downtown properties are. But in that respect, it has a classic Vegas feel. The table minimums are low, but it's kind of difficult to get a seat. Personally, I don't like how crowded the casino is here, and that's why I prefer to do my gambling elsewhere. I actually went across the street to Circa last night, played slots and blackjack, and loved it. Circa is definitely more upscale, and if I'm going to feed money into a players club, I'd rather do it through Club 1 than the 24 Karat Club here at the Golden Nugget. If I'm going to get comps somewhere, I would prefer them to be over at Circa. Restaurants look pretty good. Now, I regret that I still was not able to have a sit-down meal. After I filmed my walkthrough, I went by Claim Jumper thinking I was going to sit down and have breakfast, but there was a long line. And aside from Chick-fil-A, I think Claim Jumper was the only restaurant open this morning on a Thursday morning. So while I'm sorry to say that I couldn't sample any of the restaurants here because Red was closed last night and Claim Jumper was too busy this morning, hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight as to what it's like to try to find something to eat here, at least on a weekday. There are 2 Starbucks outlets on the property, so I went to one of those, very short line, got myself a breakfast sandwich, and came back up here to the room. Okay, let's talk about the pool. You're probably familiar with the Golden Nugget's pool. This is one of 2 properties downtown that offers a great pool scene. Most downtown properties have small pools, if one at all. There it is. The pool here at the Golden Nugget has the shark tank and the slide through the middle. It's got waterfalls. During the season, they have outdoor gaming tables. It's a great scene, although it tends to get very crowded, and there were people lined up at 9:45 this morning to get in, because if you want to get a free lounger, you're probably going to have to get there early, even in October like this stay. All right, let's talk about cost. I mentioned earlier I booked this room through Planet. My room rate after tax was about $69. Now, on top of that, there was a $44 nightly resort fee and tax on top of that. So all in, I paid about $119 for this room last night. That's about what you're going to pay during the week. Now, included in that cost also are a lot of amenities you're usually not going to find on the Strip. For instance, K-cups and bottled water in the room. I had 4 bottles of water and more delivered to the room for free. There were 4 K-cups and a nice Keurig machine in the room, so coffee on the house. And of course a fridge for my own personal use, so I could fill it up with drinks from the ABC store if I chose, and not have to pay those high casino prices. Before booking this and before staying here, I thought the prices were a little bit higher here, but really, the room rates here at Golden Nugget are pretty much in line with the surrounding properties, and I think this is a much nicer hotel. No, it's certainly not perfect, but if you set your expectations properly, I think you're going to be satisfied. For maybe slightly more than you would pay at the surrounding properties, you're going to get a clean, comfortable room at a pretty good price, at a fun, historic hotel right in the middle of the action on Fremont Street. So if you're coming to Fremont Street, I certainly wouldn't tell you not to stay here. And that's it for this one, guys. Thanks as always for watching. If you found this video informative or entertaining, as always, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, it's totally free, and turn on that notification bell so you get notified anytime we drop new content. As always, I've got to be moving on to the next one, so I'll see you in that next video, because there's always more for us to show you on Show Me Vegas.